The next piece here is our communication policies for the course, and this is really important to do things effectively online. So the first thing to remember is use the course forums as much as possible. This is the primary place where discussions are going to live. It's the best place to keep things organized and have everyone be able to participate on them. So we're going to try and use those as much as possible. So any questions you have about course content, about the assignments, basically anything that's not private and personal, I want you to put on the forums, and I've created a whole bunch of forums to help keep us organized. When you make a post on the forum, please also make the title something that everyone else can recognize quickly and find the knowledge that they're looking for. And I'll dive over to the forums on Learn in a minute just so you can see what they look like on there. One of the forums that I feel is really important is a feedback forum. So we want to make this learning experience as good as possible. We have a bunch of feedback gathered throughout the term, but anything that ideas you have for us to improve things for you, please let us know. The feedback forum is a place you can do that anonymously, and others will still be able to read it and kind of add to them as well. So that forum is right at the top of the page, and please do use that. We want to make this as a good experience as possible for you. Second thing about communication here is office hours. So we'll schedule live sessions each week to be able to talk to you on MS Teams for drop-in help. And in your introduction post, please just fill in that schedule with your time zone so we can do that in a way that lets everyone participate equally. Another thing we'll try and do each week is post a vlog. So based on questions that have come up on the forums or in office hours or in other ways, or maybe interesting articles people have seen, I'm going to do a weekly vlog just kind of adding on to all the course content with what's been going on in the class to recap everyone and share some interesting stuff. And there's a dedicated forum on Learn just to pitch vlog stuff. If you say, hey, I really want to hear about ocean plastic a little bit more, I'll say, okay, awesome, I'll add something in the vlog about that. So that's just another way I want to have kind of a more personal connection with you, since it's harder to do online is through these. So please let me know what you want to see on those on that vlog forum. And then lastly, on this page, as I mentioned about email, anything that's administrative, needs confidentiality, is personal, please email me or Ben. Ben's in charge of the labs. I'm in charge of the project and kind of the general course stuff. But anything else that would be beneficial for other people to see, please use the forums for that. Just a few more things. MS Teams we will use, as I mentioned, for the office hours and the lab help sessions, but it's not going to be a place where we do a lot of interacting. It gets very jumbled quickly, so please use the forums as our primary thing. If we are in a help session or a lab help session and we're talking and you want to ask a question, that's where you can type something in, but please just use that while you're actually in that event. Don't go 10 days later and add to it, because we won't see it and won't be able to answer it. And then lastly on communication is announcements. So I'll be using the Learn Announcements tool to give just updates on the course, changes to deadlines, things like that. So just make sure that your Learn is set up to give you notifications or emails or however you like to get announcements, because I will be using that. Everything else on here is kind of standard Waterloo boilerplate stuff. So you've seen it before, you can review it again on here. I'm going to jump over to the forum now just to show you how things are set up on there. So here's our home screen for the course right now. If you go over into content, you'll see in the overview here, I've got the course outline that we just scrolled through, and then in the table of contents navigation, there's all the chapters where you'll be able to find the slides and the videos for each week. For the forums, if you go into this Connect discussions, you'll see some of the stuff that I was just talking about. So I've got this administrative block with the feedback forum, the vlog request forum, and then I've got this introduction forum. So here's where I want you, first time you get onto the course, log in here, give me a little bit of a note about, so one, what you hope to learn from the course, why you're here, what's something interesting about waste that you might have learned on co-op or another course or just reading the news, just something to share with the class. And then also there's a link to a poll here to let us know what time zone you're in, so we can schedule the office hour and lab help so that you can actually attend it. So please add that the first time you log in. And then underneath that administrative block, there are these lecture content and progress quizzes. There's a forum for each chapter. So any questions you have about that piece of material or any questions as you're trying to do the progress quizzes, please ask them in the right chapter here. Then we've got a section for the modeling lab. So each one has its own thing. You can ask us questions about them, put screenshots, stuff like that, or you can do that live in the help session, whatever is helpful to you. And then similarly, there's another section here for the term project. So part of milestone 1 is actually choosing which case study you're going to use. So that's the first forum. And then there's questions about each milestone and the final report if you have those as you work through them. So that's how the course is going to run in a nutshell. You've got the course outline as a reference for all that stuff, and you can always ask us more during office hours or on the forums if you have more questions. So our next video, we're going to actually dive into some of our content. I'm excited. I'll see you over there. Thanks.